All Canadian Tools, 400 Richmond Street, Chatham, your authorized deep lube distributor. Lubricates, cuts through rust, displaces moisture, environmentally friendly formula. Call 519-352-6776 or toll free 1-877-776-8493. Dealer inquiries welcome.
Hi friends, welcome back to SST. Time to head to the Steve Plunkett Country Cruising in London, Ontario, home of the biggest outdoor car show in Canada. That's where I hooked up with Cindy Williams of American Graffiti and Happy Days fame. Let's head there now and find out what Cindy is up to these days. So Cindy, welcome to Canada again.
Thank you, Rick, again.
And we're at the Steve Plunkett Country Cruising in London, Ontario, and it's a huge show. And I mean, you're here for the American Graffiti reunion. What does it mean to you?
Well, first of all, it's so much fun to be here, and it's just always great to be representing American Graffiti with all these beautiful cars, and each one of them is a little work of art, and always happy to be among my friends and fellow cast members, and this is just a especially wonderful event.
And what was it about American Graffiti that, I guess, acted as a catalyst for everything that came after it? Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley, the whole retro movement.
Well, actually, Happy Days, the pilot, had been shot before American Graffiti, but I think Paramount had held it back, and then because of the success of American Graffiti, they said, come on, bring it out. But it's just a happy time. You know, I think Gary Marshall put it best, Happy Days. And American Graffiti just represented a rite of passage that is universal and everybody can identify with. And the music was so fabulous and it was so mirthful, and it just was a very it was like comfort food, but brilliant comfort food.
And even though it's set in a particular era, it really is timeless, because you're quite right. It is sort of a rite of passage movie, and everybody sort of goes through that.
That's right, and everybody enjoys. There's a character in it for everybody. There's a song in it for everybody, and it's beautifully shot. And the cars and the hijinks and everything that goes on in it, it's just a feel-good movie. I know that John Bon Jovi runs it on a loop when he records. And it's just got huge fans, great fan base still to this day, and just a wonderful cast and wonderful direction by George Lucas, and just a wonderful, wonderful movie.
And it really has done a lot for your career, and you have done a lot since then. What are you doing these days?
Well, these days I'm doing a lot of stage work. I did Drowsy Chaperone on Broadway a little while back, and I just finished doing Still Magnolias at the Manitoba Theatre Center in Winnipeg.
And I have one last question for you, because when I used to watch Laverne and Shirley, you guys always did that thing at the beginning, and I could never figure out the words. Shamil, Shamazel?
No,
what is that?
You Canadians cannot pronounce this for your lives. Shlumil, Shlamazel. And what that is, and they had to teach it to me the first day. It was a little ditty that Penny did on the way to school, elementary school. She'd walk and they'd count out their steps to school. And so it went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Shlumil, Shlamazel, Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated. And a Shlumil is someone, this is how it was taught to me, who jumps off a building, and the Shlamazel is the one the Shlumil falls on. So,
okay.
Can you follow that, Rick? A Shlumil jumps off a building, and a Shlamazel gets hit by the Shlumil.
Well, I'll keep looking up then to make sure that nobody's jumping off any buildings while I'm walking.
No Shlumils or Schlamazels around here today.
That's right. Well, thank you so much for joining
Rick.
us on the program.
Really, my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, friends, that's a wrap. So until next time, I'm Rick Walker reminding you, when you can't get to the car show, we will bring the car show to you. Catch you next time right here on the next edition of SST.